I have a bit of a funny story for you. So, you might not know, but I'm striving to collect every single G.I. Joe figure from 1982 to 1994, minus some of the harder to find variants like Stardust or Steel Brigade, etc. And I'm pretty close. I need 1, 2, 3, I think, if you include the 94 convention action fighter pilot, whatever he's called, but he's pretty hard to find. But I'm pretty close. So, if you watched the previous episode, I opened this. This is Snowstorm version 2. And I had all this stuff, or actually, no, I didn't have any of this stuff, except for that hit and run style gun. And so I was like, well, I don't have any of his stuff, so I'll put that with him, with the file card, things like that. Couldn't find him. No idea. I looked through all of my boxes of G.I. Joes, which are like, I have 11 or so, 2 of which are kind of big. I looked through all my vehicles, which honestly isn't that many. I looked everywhere. I couldn't find him. I had no idea. I was kind of, I wouldn't say I'm freaking out, but you know, it was, I was a little perturbed. So I looked and realized I didn't have him. You know, I must have lost. I don't know if I lost him. I think I might have accidentally sold him. I had no idea. I was pretty sure I had those 2 guys like in a bag together with the file card and the 1 gun, but no idea. Completely lost. So went on eBay. Was looking for one. I think I found one loose one, but it was more than what I wanted to pay. But luckily I found this, and I got this for a pretty good deal. These 2 carded ones. You can see this one's not in great shape. It's got that kind of gross hanger tab thing. It's kind of beat up. That one's in good shape, but if you know, I've opened that in previous episodes, so I don't have to worry about that. And there's Snowstorm version 3, who's a little bit hard to find, and actually his weapons are pretty hard to find. This tree is attached, minus there's a little couple broken spots. So I got this for a really good deal. And again, if you've watched a previous episode, you've seen me open that. So I'm actually going to sell that. But I'm going to open version 1. I think I mistook that for version 1 in the last video. That was my mistake. The reason he looks like that, he was actually, according to Yojo, planned to be part of the Ego Warriors subline. But when that was kind of scrapped, he was released on the Battle Core card. And then this is like kind of what originally was intended for Battle Core. So, so that's kind of, yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to move him out of the way. And we're going to get down and dirty with him. So one thing that's kind of interesting then is, you know, a lot of times with, you know, a second version of figures, say like him, you know, he has a different file card, he has different colored weapons than the version 1 and 2. But between version 1 and 2, it's exactly the same. All the same weapons, the same file card. So, you know, in that regard, it's a figure that is easy to complete if you have it loose, because there are twice as many accessories for that, if that makes sense. You know, some of these, like that, those are all unique to him. So that's kind of why it's hard to find, because he was later in the line. And, you know, obviously not as popular. These guys aren't too hard to find, but this version 1 is a little bit harder to find, just kind of in my experience. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to mess up the file card. It's bent. But this guy's been in a cell since 1992. I'm going to open him up and he's going to be complete. I'm going to break the things off the tree. I'll probably break the things off the tree. And yeah, then he will, you know, be back where he belongs in my collection. I can sleep well at night. I actually have mild sleep apnea, so I don't usually sleep too well anyway, but I sleep as best I can knowing that my Snowstorm version 1 is no longer missing in the land of lost things. Some upside down, I believe. Along with my dog's leash, which got lost the other day, and a Valentine's Day card I bought for my girlfriend. They're all on the upside down. That's okay. So now he's He's free as a bird. Can't figure out how to put a thing on a figure stand. There's some instructions. I can't figure out how to put one of his missiles in the missile launcher. There's some instructions. So there he is. Let's see if we got that cracky noise I love. Maybe on the knees. Yeah. That's the good stuff right there. So, he's a little loose. He needs a new O-ring. It's interesting how those O-rings deteriorate just over time. His face mask is a little cloudy. You'll often see these guys, their masks get cloudy. Like his actually, I mean, it's on the package and his is cloudy. His is actually pretty crystal clear. That's actually in really good shape. His is kind of somewhere in between. So, yeah, so you got these weapons. You got a bullhorn gun, a hit-and-run style gun. Is that Psych Out? I'm not sure. That's, I don't know. I forget. So, but yeah, he's got the white figure stand, and those are cool because, again, I like to pair those with, you know, figures where, I mean, it would make sense with him, you know, with him being, you know, a snow type of person. He's got his glacier gun. But, you know, I'll pair those up with other figures, like maybe like a Frostbite or a Iceberg or something like that. So I think it's cool to get the different colored figure stands. So thanks for watching. This was G.I. Joe Battle Corps Snowstorm version 1, not version 2, not version 3, but version 1. This is, and again, this is funny. It's Guillermo Suarez. He's from Cuba, and you know, so it's kind of funny that he likes the cold. So I will leave you with this quote from Mr. Willie. If only I wasn't so good at my job, maybe I'd get assigned somewhere south of the equator.